Good morning everyone, it's Cindy here from Cindy M's Crochet Corner. Today I want to show you how to make this really cute little baby cardigan. It's for about a 6 to 12 month old, and it has this really cool little stitch. It's quite easy to do, and I want to show you how to do that one. And I'm also doing a double crochet in between, and because it's for a little baby I didn't want to put any buttons on it, so I did these really cool little ties, and all they are is single chain. And what you do is you tie it off. You tie it, it's about 25 chain, and then you just slip stitch through and do another 25 chain so it stays attached to the cardigan, and you just feed it through the other side here, wherever you like really, and just tie it. So it's just quick and easy. If you want to tie it, you don't have to, but it's an option. You can have just one, or you can have the set of 4 that I've done there. It has a little collar as well, just a cute little collar, very simple to do, just double crochet. And I've just done almost like a 3/4 sleeve. I didn't want to do it too long, makes it easier to wear. And it's just got a tiny little kind of like a shell stitch there, just a little scalloped edge on each side is what I've done. I've kept it simple on the sleeve, so when you're putting it on your baby you don't catch their fingers and stuff like that. So I think the double crochet is pretty cool all the way. Alright, so this is the yarn that I'm using. It's a baby yarn. It's beautiful and soft. It's got a little bit of a fleck through it, as you can see. And I'll just grab the label and show you. So I don't have the label with me, but it is a Bella baby yarn. It's a Baby Wonder 8 ply. It's 60% acrylic and 40% nylon, and it's a 100-gram ball. So I got this one from Spotlight, so just check in with that one. It's beautiful and soft to play with, and I'm going to use a 4.25mm hook. It's my favorite, which is a G6. So to work out your sizing is the next thing you need to think about, and I'll put up a couple of charts on the video here, so have a look at those, work out what age you want to go with, and basically the measurements of the child. I'm going to do a 6 to 9 month old, so I'm looking at the column you can see there that I've highlighted in pink, and that's a 6 to 9 month. And those are my starting figures. So head circumference is 43 centimeters, neck circumference 23.6, etc., all the way down. So we're going to start by doing the yoke, which is, we're going to start from the top here and work our way down the whole length of this, and then we're going to incorporate the rest of the arm here. You'll probably end up with about there as we work the yoke, and then you just extend by putting that last little part, working in the round. Alright, so let's begin. So when you look at the chart, I'm going to do the 6 to 9 month old, which is the head circumference of about 43 centimeters. So I'm going to take about 3 centimeters off because it does stretch. It is quite a stretchy fabric, so I'll take 3 centimeters off, which will give me about 40 centimeters. So when you look at the yoke chart, the next chart, what I want to do is have a look at the center figures. That's going to be the chain that you require. So work on whichever one you think suits. So you can do 48, 52, 62, 66 chain, and then measure it. So you want to get 40. For me, I want to get 40 centimeters, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do 66 chain to start with. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to go ahead and do 66. You do whichever number in the center of chain total that you require, and I'll join you back to start the yoke, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, I've completed 66 chain, and I'm just going to measure it against the tape measure just to see where it's sitting. Give it a little bit of a stretch as well. You don't want to make it too big, obviously not too small, but when I stretch it out a little bit, I'm getting about 40 centimeters easy there. You can see. So always do one more before you turn your work. We're going to do, because the next row is going to consist of double crochet, so I'm going to do one more just to turn. So 1, 2, into the third stitch I'm going to do a double crochet. And if you have a look at the chart, I'll try to include the chart where I can, but if you have a look at the little square, the top right corner, you can see how we work this out. So when we're doing the front side, which we're doing now, so probably the one side of the cardigan, we're going to do a number of the double crochet. So if I'm on 66 chain in total, I want to do 8 and 8 at the front, 13 on the sleeves, and then 20 on the back. So you can do 8 on the front, or you can do 10 on the front. That would just depends on how much of an edge you want to do here. Like if you're not going to do much of edge like I did about 10, I think, on the running on the front, and then I changed it up here, and I'll show you that going over the sleeve. But I'm going to do exactly what it says there. So I'm doing the 20 on the back, 66, 13, 13, 8 and 8. So to start with, you'll include the first one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 double crochet, and then we're going to do this edge here, as you can see there. That's your first one, and then we want to do 2 in the one to give it that shape there. So we're turning around the corner sort of thing over the shoulder. So we're going to do 2 double crochet in the one with a chain in between. So the next one we do 2 double crochet in there, 1 chain, another double crochet, and now we're going to go over the shoulder. And if you have a look at your chart, left and right shoulders is 13, so we do 13 stitches, double crochet. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just take your time with this too, there's no rush. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the next one we do the 2 with the chain in between, and that turns your corner again, 2 in the same space, and then you can see here, so that's kind of like the front over the shoulder, and now we're going to do the back. So if you have a look on your chart on the back, we're going to do 20, and then we go back to 13 and 8 to finish off. That's 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to just do the 20 double crochet, and then I'll meet you at the next corner. Okay, it should give you a nice little square. I'll see you in a sec. So I'm just coming to the next corner. I've just done 20, and if you want to, you can pop a stitch marker in, but you can see where your corners are if you look closely. So I've got like 8 there, and then the little corner, then I've got another 13 and the corner 20, and now the next one is the corner. So I'm going to do 2 double crochet, 1 chain into the same stitch. Now on the next shoulder, next arm, we're going to do 13. If you look at your chart, we've got left and right shoulders, so I'm going to do another 13 double crochet. These patterns are so cool because what you do is you're working from the top down, and there is minimal joins on this, and on the sleeves you're working in the rounds, so there's minimal joins there as well. You know, there's not a lot of darning, which is fantastic. I love that. And I love the way, you know, you can work down from the top, and you can do any size you like, just depending on how big the person is or the child. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. The next one is your corner. This is the last corner. So we do 2 in 1 stitch with a single chain in between. And then this last little bit at the front is another 8 double crochet, and we have completed the first row. The next row is going to be a little bit different. We're going to start the pattern, which is kind of like a puff stitch around the post, I guess you would call it. And this is where you need to count your stitches and just make sure you're doing the same thing each time, because we're going to alternate between this little puff stitch row and a double crochet row moving forward. So we'll just count how many we have here. Okay, so it's really important to make sure you get your count right from corner to the front. If anything, make sure this front measurement is correct on each side. That's the biggest thing. So when you're checking your work, make sure you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 before the corner one, and make sure it's the same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the corner. Always make sure that that front section's right. You got 20 at the back, and you should have 13 on the shoulders as well. And you want that lovely little square, and that's the beginning of your cardigan. So the next step is going to be this beautiful front post, kind of like a bobble stitch here that you can see. And that's our second row, and I'll show you that one. So just do a chain 1, make chain 2, and turn your work. So working on the back now, and you can, with this cardigan, you can have it on any side you want. You can have it this side, you can have it on the inside. Make a decision later on to what side you feel is prettiest. Both sides are really quite pretty. So the first section here, what we're going to do to make sure that we're nice and close, we want an edge here that we can stitch into. So what we do is we just do the 1, 2 chain is okay. You can do a stacked single crochet if you want to, but I'm just going to stick with the chain at this point in time. Now the next, we're going to skip a stitch. No, actually we're going to go into that stitch, just do 1 more double crochet, and this is where we do the little puff stitch around the front post. So what you do is you bring your yarn over, go around the post, pull back, yarn over, around the post, pull through, around the post, pull through. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on your hook. Pull through the first 6, leaving 2, and then pull through 2. And that's like your little front post. Now this is where we're going to skip a stitch, so we'll skip 1 and we'll go into the next and do the same thing. Double crochet first, and then we do around the post. So grab hold of it again, around, pull through, yarn over, around the post, pull through, yarn over, around the post, and pull through all 6. Take your time with it, make sure you're not catching anything, and then pull through 2. It's really important that you pull through 2 at the end, because we need these stitches up the top here for the next row of double crochet. And that's all you do for the entire length. So skip a stitch into the next, double crochet, and put your finger up here if you need to hold on to that, yarn and through the post, pull through the post, pull through the post. That's 3 times. Pull through all 6, leaving 2, pull through the 2. Skip a stitch into the next, double crochet. You will get used to doing this, it's really quite cool once you get moving. So always yarn over, around the post, pull through, yarn over, around the post, pull through, yarn over, around the post, pull through. And keep it nice and loose, you don't want it tight because you'll be forever pulling it through. So 2 stitches, pull through 2. And that will settle as you go along. These stitches, this will come down and settle into the space, so don't worry too much about that. But that's kind of like a little puff stitch around a front post, I would say. So keep going all the way around and skip a stitch into the next. It doesn't matter here, you can go straight into that one. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Alright, so what I want to show you here is when you get to the seam, I would say, and that's the shoulder, we go back into just the double crochet. So we're only working the pattern on the front and the back. The sleeves we leave just as a double crochet. It's a lot easier for baby to put her arm in there or his arm in there without having these bubbly stitches, because you can get your fingers, they can get their little fingers caught in this. So when we get to the corner here, what we're going to do, as you can see right on the top here, we do the last bauble before the corner, we do the normal double crochet with the chain 1 space, and then we just do double crochet over the shoulder on the arm, and then we go back into the bauble on the other side. So you do the little V, 2 double crochets, and back into the bauble into the next stitch. So let's have a look at that. So we're coming to the little V there, and this is where you can put your stitch markers in, because from there to there we're going to do just double crochet. Then from there on the back we're going to do the bauble stitch, or the kind of like the little cluster stitch, and then back to double crochet, and then back to your little cluster on the front. Okay, so when you work it out, you should have, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a bit smaller because this one's a bit bigger. I did 10 double crochet to start. This is only 8. So skipping a stitch, going into the next, we're just going to do a double crochet, 1 chain, double crochet. Now just double crochet all the way to the next corner. So that's 13. You should have 13 double crochet, and then we'll change it back to that stitch again. You just got to remember that, because I remember when I was doing this other little cardigan, I did a bobble stitch over the arm and it was like, oh no, so I had to pull it out. But it's easy done. Just keep checking your work and undo as you go. That's the best thing I can say. Or put stitch markers in to remind yourself where you are. That's another option you can do. So just doubles over the shoulder, just to there, and then we do the 2 into that chain 1 space, chain 1 into the same chain 1 space. Now going on to the back, if you have a look, we'll just double check, we make sure we're on track. So we're doing right into the next stitch, we're going to do the little cluster there, and then we skip 1 back into the cluster. All right, so we go straight into doing a cluster in the next. So just do a double crochet, pinch it up the top here, go around the post of the double crochet, and again, and one more time. Pull it up nice, pull through until you've got the 1, 2 left. Pull through both. Skip a stitch and into the next. Double crochet, grab it up the top. 1, 2, and 3. Pull through, pull through. Just watch that. Okay, and we're going to do that across until this next spot here. Then we'll go back to doing the double crochet to there, and then we'll do our little cluster front post back to, or puff front post back to the starting point. Alright, so I'll show you that again. So skip a stitch into the next, do your double crochet, and then yarn over around the post, pull back, yarn over around the post, pull back, yarn over around the post, pull back, pull all the way through leaving 2, pull through 2, and that's how it should look. Okay, I'll keep going to here, and then I'll join you for over the shoulder. Remember every second stitch. So just coming back to the back of the shoulder here, and I'm going to do my double crochet, chain 1, double crochet all into that little corner there. And then remember, when we're going over the shoulder, we're just doing double crochet. So over the shoulder, just do your double crochet into your stitches there, each one, just 1 in each. And then on the next section, which is back onto the front, we're going to do the little puff stitch around the post. So always remember in the corners to do 1 double crochet, 1 chain, 1 double crochet. That gives you a lovely corner, a lovely seam too. It looks really nice. I think 1 single chain's enough. Right there. Then 1 into that chain space, 1 chain, second one into the chain space. And then we're going to go straight into the next corner, so you want to make sure it's the same as the other. So when you have a look at this one, we're going straight into the next one with a bauble. So let's do that. So straight into the next space, a stitch, we do a double, and then we work around that post. So remember we do 3. And then pull through 6, and you should have 1 left, and pull through those 2. Grab it up here if you need to, grab it around there to pull it through if you need. So skip a stitch into the next, grab it up here, go around, grab it, go around, and grab it and go around. So that's 3, and we don't need our hair in there. Does anyone else get hairs stuck in their work? I guess it's a bit of your DNA, isn't it? You know it's yours. Alright, pull through, grab it up there, pull through, and then pull through. I'm just going to see if I can get that hair out. Joy. Like I don't have animals, that'd be worse. I'm bad enough. I feel for you guys that have animals. Probably get you. My daughter does, and she gets some hair stuck in that. Yeah, just try to pop it out before you keep going, really. Alright. So the next one. So 1, 2. Oh, that's the hair's still on my finger. And into 1, 2 into there. Do a double, and then we go around 1, 2, 3, pull through, just give it a wriggle, keep it 2 on there, oops, and then we've got 1, 2 into the next, and then the last one will just be a double crochet on the corner there, right on the edge. So let's do this one. 1, 2, just pull it around, 3. You find it's getting a bit loose, just pull it around so it settles it, and there, and then we skip 1 into the last, right into the end there. Make sure you get two strands there, and just do a double crochet, 1 and 2 to turn your work, and this row is just going to be a double crochet row. Just check you've got the same on the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should have 4. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 with that little one at the end. Perfect. And that's your second row done. It's so cute. Second row complete. Now we're going to do the third row, and the third row is just going to consist of the double crochet all the way around. So make sure that you do get every single stitch. It's a bit funny on the top here of the little cluster there. So you make sure you go into the first, the double crochet, right in the first, and then if you have a look at the top, you can see there's quite a big one there. You want to make sure you go in there. Do your second one. And then the third is in the middle, and there's another one just there. So move your work around a little bit until you make sure you're catching each one of them. You can see there's 2 on each of those puff stitches. Into there, and into the next. So into the top there, and then into the next, just there. So there should be 2 on each one. One there. And when we go into the corner again, make sure you just do your 2 in the corner. So 1 and a chain and 2, and then back into each one going around. Corners are very important. Don't forget to do that little 2 with a chain in between. Keep your corner running nice. Alright, so work your way around the entire piece here, and I will meet you for the next row. We'll do another front post puff stitch, I think we'll call it. Okay, so I'm just going to do double crochets, and just remember in your corners to do 2 and then 1 chain in the corner. I love this material, it's so soft. So cute for Bubby. I'm going to make a few little things like this. I've got 2 grandchildren now that I love making things for, little jumpers and things. I did baby blankets and little crochet dresses and hats and things like that. So I hope you like those little items that I'm going to make. I'll try to include charts where I can. So if you have a child of a different age, you can modify the pattern to suit yourself. So again, just watch these little puff stitches. Make sure you get that top one there. And the next one. So there should be like a large one and a smaller one. Just make sure you get both of them. Yeah, just move your work around if you need to see it. It kind of folds over. Just grab it. Keep the tension off your yarn. So I'm going to keep going all the way around, and I'll meet you back here and we'll do another row of this pretty little front post puff stitch. Don't worry about these too much, we can jiggle it around later. Alright, so keep going. Don't forget to do the little corner, the corner one there, 2 in there with your chain one. Alright, that's looking good, and it works up quite quick. I think I did these little jumper in about 2 days. 2 days, you know, a few hours a day. So keep going. That's what it should look like. Remember to do just the double crochet over the shoulder. You don't want the little puffs on the shoulder. Okay, beautiful. Just coming to the end of the double crochet row now. Just make sure that you catch that last chain. It's really important to keep your work nice and straight. So again, 1 and 2, and we're going to turn our work, and we're going to go back into doing the front post little puff stitches. So go into exactly like you did before, go into the next stitch and do a double crochet, and then we're going to work around that post. So 1, 2 and 3. Just give it a jiggle, pull through and have just that one left, pull through 2, skip a stitch into the next, double crochet around the post, 1, 2, 3, pull through, leaving 1, pull through 2, skip into the next, double crochet around the post. Keep the tension off your yarn, otherwise it will pull tight and make it difficult for you to pull through. Pull through 2. One more. Leaving 2, pull through. Now you're coming to the corner here again. We're going to skip 1 and go into the next. We're going straight into this corner this time. So we do 1 double, 1 chain, another double crochet. And then we go into the next and we start doing just the double crochet over the arm, over the shoulder. So easy to forget. So just doubles over the shoulder. So you should have, when you look at the front of it, it should be the same 1, 2, 4, basically 4 little front post puff stitches, and then we just do the shoulder section to there with your double crochet. So we're going to repeat these 2 rows now until we have at least another set done. So do this little puff stitch row, double crochet row, puff stitch, so you have at least 3 of each. For me, the ideal measurement I want on the back is to be about 25 centimeters, as when I measure around the chest of the baby, it's about 50 centimeters all up. So when I calculate it down, I want 25 at the back. So I'll keep going until I have 25 measured through the back, and I'll show you that when we get there. So back into your puff stitch. You can see I went straight into the puff stitch. So this one is the first one here. Go around, round, and around. Pull through. Catch that last one, pull through. And this is the back section now. And I'll show you what I mean by this measurement that you're looking for. Oh, let's just go back. So we missed one there. Just grab hold of it. That's 3 times. Pull through, pull through. So this would be the back measurement here. You can see that's the front and that's the back, and they're the front little pieces there. And that's the back. And the measurement that you're going to be looking for is going to be this back section. So if I've got a 50 centimeter chest measurement, I'm going to go half, which is 25. And so I want to get my back section here to 25. That's my 25 there. So you can see that you need a couple more rows, and that gives you a bit of an indication on your sizing. So I'm going to go to 25, which is the chest finish measurement, which is 50 on my chart. So I've just halved it, but you go to whichever one you're doing. If you're doing, you know, 0 to 3 months, then halve the 46, which is 23, and you'll just want to come to 23. But you know, don't take this chart as gospel. Please measure your bubby and make sure you do it to suit the baby that you're going to make it for. Always measure, check your measurements. Alright, so this one is for a baby 6 to 9 months. So at the moment she's 6 months, and I know she's about 43 centimeters, 17 inches around. So this is for going into winter here in Australia, which is in a few months' time, so it'll be just spot on with the sizing for her. So always take into consideration your age and your measurements. Always make it, I guess, closer to the time that you want to give it to the bubby. Alright, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do a few more rows. You do another 2 rows after this one, and I'll meet you back to show you how to join under the arms and how to do your measurement, and if you need to increase anything under the arms, we can do a bit of chain if you need. But just keep going with what you're doing here. Every second stitch, double crochet, and around that post 2, 3, pull through, and you want 2 on your hook, pull through. So I'll keep going to this corner, then remember to change it up to the double, and then back to changing it up to doing your front post stitch again. Alright, so I'll meet you back around here once I've done another 2 rows. So do this bauble row, do your double crochet, and do another bauble row, and I'll meet you after that to join under the armpits. Alright, I've just come to the end of the double crochet row. I've completed 3 of each now, and with my measurements I'm going to do this one a little bit smaller than this one because this one is more for about an 8 to 9 month. This one is definitely a 6 month, and so because I'm making a second one, I'll just make it a fraction smaller so she can wear it now. I've got at the back, so the basic measurements you want is around the chest, so you're going to half whatever the chest measurement is, you're going to half it. And for me this is easy 24-25 centimeters. So when you double that up, 10 inches, double it up, it's 20 inches, which is quite big. She's only about 17, so I'm going to just have a look. I've probably got about 24 there, which is 9.5, so that's as big as I want to go at this point, but you can go bigger depending on your measurements. Just check your yoke measurements, and to do that it's down this way here. So I've got about 9.5, but just have a look at that measurement. You want it to be whichever measurement you want for the length of the to go underneath the sleeve. Have a look at the chart again, and I'll put it up again for you and see what length you require. It's saying for me on this one I'm going to go about 11 centimeters. Let's just have a look. So from there to there, it's just shy of 11, but I'm happy with that. So you can go to 11.5. You can go whichever size the yoke measurement is for you, do that. Now as we continue on, I'm just going to show you this next row how to join underneath the arm, depending where you're at with your project. If you find that it's not wide enough, you can always add chain under the arm. If you find it's perfect, leave it alone. Just we'll just join straight underneath the arm into these 2 sections here where the single chain is. We can just join it straight up and keep going around the arm. But let's start the next row. For me, that's going to be the bauble row. So you have a look at yours. You could be on this double crochet row, it doesn't really matter, just make sure you do your 2 chain. And as I'm in the bauble, I'm going to go in the second spot there and do baubles up until I get to this point here. So you could put a stitch marker, this is the arm over the shoulder section here. So we want to go from here to here to create the little shoulder and the arm section there. That makes sense? So I'm just going to do the baubles until there. Now just another thing too I want to mention, if you find you're mismatching your baubles, just move it over one, like in this section here, do 1 extra double crochet, then move it over 1, just so you get roughly the same amount on each side of your little cardie. It's not that noticeable, but sometimes it does happen. See, I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 there, then I've got 5, then I've got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on this side I've got 4, 4 and 5. So it doesn't matter too much, just watch when you come from this corner section here over. As long as you finish on a chain 2, that's the main thing. So working back, and just try to keep them running above each other. So I'm going to do this first one here. Go back through the video if you're not sure. Let's just do that again. Around and around, and one more. Pull through all except for the one, and then pull. Skip stitch into the next double crochet. So I'm just going to do that to this little corner here, and I'll show you how to join the underarms. And just remember, with the underarms, we don't do the bauble stitch, we're just doing the plain double crochet underneath the arm there. And then we go back into the bauble over here. I'll show you that. So if you were going to do chain, then just do double crochet on the chain underneath the arm. Alright, so you can see we've come up to here. Again, do your double crochet, single, double crochet. Then come right over to this one here and do the same again. So you're doing a double crochet. Make sure you pull it nice and tight. You want it just to be like a normal double crochet there, and then a single chain, double crochet, and then we're just going to do the back as normal, back into the bauble stitch. So watch where you are. Bauble stitch is the next one. Or your front post puff, I should say. Pull through, and do the back, and then do the exact same on the other side, on the other arm. You're just going to do those two together there with exactly what we just did there. If you need to put stitches in there, do a couple of chain if you need to, and then just do the double, we'll do the double crochet on the chain when we do the next row. So I'm just going to continue on the back doing the little bauble. So around there, go around, and again pull through. Into there, go around, again just measure as you go along as well to make sure you're on track. Especially I guess around the baby's chest is the main thing. And when you do the sleeves, you can do them as long or as short as you want. You can have like a little half sleeve or a full sleeve. I did 3/4 sleeves because I didn't want the bottom of the sleeve catching when Bub's eating things and stuff like that. You don't want that getting in the food. So I just did 3/4. You could do like a little just down to the elbow if you wanted to, or go full length, completely up to you. I think on this size for this baby it's about 17 centimeters for a full length, and you measure it from underneath the armpit, measure your length. And I would do the same depending on what size length you want to go down to. Down the baby's body is completely up to you. You can just go to the waist, or you can go a bit lower if you want to. Just measure as you go. Do the length that suits you. You've got your rows that you need to do now. You know how to do these 2 repeat rows. So it's all just this little double crochet, front post, puff stitch, and then just a single double crochets all the way. I'm just going to go over to the other arm hole and I'll show you that again, and then you can keep going down to the length that you require. I think mine ended up, the other one ended up being, I'll just show you the length. So this gives you a shape there. The length on this one I ended up going to, which is big enough at this point in time, is about 12 inches, roughly 12 inches, which is 30.5 or 30 and a half, 30.5, yep, centimeters. So if you want to do that length, that's up to you. Just measure how long you want to go down and do that. And then on the arm, I just did, after the armpit, I went down for about a 3/4 length from the armpit down to about 11 and a half centimeters, which is about 4.5 inches roughly. But again, measure as you go, or get the measurements that you need, and make a decision from there what sort of length you want to go to. Alright, I'll keep going here till I get to that other arm hole, and I'll show you that. I'll just do this little bit off camera and I'll show you that next section, and then you're on your own just to do as many rows as you like, and then I'll show you the arms at the end. Alright, so keep going. I'll join you back over here in a sec. So I've just come into that corner now. I've just done one double crochet, chain one, another double crochet into there, and then I'm going to go straight over to this other side here into your little V where the single chain is, and do another double crochet. And this is going to close up, this is going to close up my armhole. Just pull it tight, chain one and then another double crochet into that same stitch, just as like we normally would do, and that just closes the armhole up there. Don't worry too much about that, we'll work around that. But if you need to have a few chain, do a few chain in between. Just measure around the circumference of it to make sure you've got the right size. And if you need to add some, just add it under the arm. So then I'm going to go back into doing the front post puff stitch again, just as normal, until I complete the back section, and then we'll do the other side. So I'll just go ahead and do this back, and then I'll meet you for the other underarm, and I'll show you again how to do that. And it doesn't matter what row you're on, you could be on a double crochet row, that's fine. Just continue the pattern around the back. So our next row for me is going to be the double crochet row, and I'll show you how to do that under the arms. Oops, it's always fun when you lose it. Into the second one, double crochet, 2 and 3 around and pull through. So I'll just complete the back, and then I'll join you over here to do the other arm. We're going to join those together. Okay, keep going. This will look beautiful once you're done. It's a very cool little pattern. Simple but effective, I think. Alright, I will join you over there. Also, when you're doing the front too, just watch how many of these you've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we should have 6 on this next row. So if you find when you're looking at it, if it doesn't measure out, just drop it, just do single your doubles over here and then start your little baubles. So I can see for here, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 should be perfect, and then you got your double on the end. So just watch that as well. You want to make sure you're getting the same number each row. Alright, I'll see you in a sec. Just wiggle it around until you get them all through. You get stuck sometimes. Cool. So I'm coming over to the corner here again. So I'm going to do a double chain 1, double as normal into that corner, and then I'm going to go straight over, yarn over, straight over to the other corner and do a double straight into there, so into that V with the chain 1 in between, go straight into there, pull it nice and tight, do a normal double and then a single chain and a double, and then you're just back to doing the last side, the front side, as you can see there. You want to make sure you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these to match the other side. So have a look. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is perfect. So just do 1 double crochet in the first one, and we'll actually start on the second one. We'll do a 1, 2 and 3 the first one, pull through and then skip 1 into the next. Pull through and then again skip 1. And again. So we have 4, 5 and 6 is correct. Just take the tension off your yarn, pull through 1 more, pull through 2, 1 more to go, and then we just do the double crochet at the end. And we'll do the next row will just be a double crochet row, and I'll show you how to do the little bit underneath the arm. So skip 1 right into the end there, and that's your next row complete. Just make sure you do get in the end there, because if you don't it will not run straight. So I'm going to skip that last one. Maybe I want to skip a stitch and I want to go right into the end there. So I would go into there and pull that through, and that should be the end. It's better. So chain 2, turn your work, and this is my double crochet row. It depends what you're doing, whether it's your front post puff or not, but I'm just going to do a double crochet row, and when I get to under the arms I will show you how I do that. I'm having fun with this yarn, it's splitting a bit. And go under the arm. Just take your time with this. So as you can see under the arm there, we've got, it's basically, I'm going to go into there, and then into there. I'll show you as we get there. Just double crochets. And once you go past your armpit, you don't need to do the 2 1 chain, the 1 double crochet, sorry, 1 chain. You just go straight over. So we're going to just go straight over into the middle there with a double, and then over into here with a double, because now we're going around the body of the cardigan, so we don't need to do that step down section there. We can go straight around, just working around now, back and forth. I'll show you. And that's what you'll get. So just basically working around now, and this section here we'll start a fresh piece of yarn from the middle there and work around the sleeve later on, but this part we're just doing the body now, and we still keep following the same pattern around the body. So we go down, do your double, do this row here, your little puff stitch row, just keep interchanging till you get the length that you're happy with for the body. Mine's going to be about, worked out about 14 centimeters, because I want to finish off 14 to 15 centimeters. I want to finish off on this double crochet row at the bottom, and then I'm going to incorporate a double crochet row around the entire project. So basically coming up in the center here, I'll do a double crochet row so that the cardi joins in the middle, because this one's a little bit narrow on the sides. So just keep going, and do the same thing on the other side. On the sleeve, just go straight into the stitches, into the middle and into the next stitch. Just doing your single crochet row all the way around. Double crochet row all the way around. Just in each stitch is fine. So I'm going to work a length now that I want for this little one. I might make it a little bit shorter just so I can show you the arms and the collar and how to finish it off with the little ties and everything. I don't need to make it as long. It'll be quite cute. So keep going, just alternate your rows now, and I will join you when we start to do the collar. I'll do that with you in a sec, just to get you started on the collar and the sleeves as well. We'll do that. We'll see how I'm going. I'm close to that. I'll join you on this little bit here before we finish it up. I've come to the other armhole now, so I'm just going straight into doing double crochet over right in the middle there, and then over to the other side, and keep working around to the front. So keep going until you get to the end there, and I'll show you the next row. So I've just come to the end here. You can keep going now for as long as you want down the body. So just go down the body for as long as you want. I did about from under the arm, I went down probably about 17 centimeters down the body. I just want to show you, before I continue on, I want to show you how to do the collar. And then I might show you how to do the arms, and then I'll finish up with just showing you how to do the edging on here, because that does actually kind of fold over. So I just want to show you up here how to do the collar of this. So start another piece of yarn. You can do a slip knot if you like, or just go straight in, or do a slip knot. We'll just have a look at that. So have a look where you've got this first section here. We're not going to touch that. We've got the corner right here. You can see the corner that we've got, the first corner right there. We're going to come in just 2 before the corner, pop that through, and then I'm going to pull do a double crochet. We're going to skip that corner one, and do a double crochet right into there, and we'll do that double crochet into every stitch all the way around until we get to the next corner. I'll just show you, we want to pull it in a little bit, so I'll show you how to decrease on the next corner, and we'll do it for the next 2 corners. So just be a decrease. So do your double crochets. Just make sure you don't miss anything. I think I have there. So I'm just going to come to this corner here and I'll show you what to do there. Just meet me, say 2 stitches before the corner, and I'll show you how we do a bit of a decrease there. Just gives it a better shape on the collar. That's what we want to achieve. So go into each stitch, just double crochet. You can do other stitches if you want, just single crochet if you want. I'm just going to keep it the same as the pattern. So now we've got, that's the corner one there. We've got 2 back from that. So this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to do a double, but I'm not going to complete the double, just pull through 2. Again, pull through 2. Skip that middle one and do the same on the other side, the next 2. Just pull through 2. So this is like doing double crochets together. We just pull through 2. So you should have 5 on your hook. Pull through all 5 and just close it up. And then just continue on with your double crochet on the back. And that just gives it a bit better shape for when you fold the collar down. Just make sure you get every stitch. So I'll go through the back section here and I'll join you on the other side, show you how to do it just here. Let's just get that going. Up there. And you can do a few rows of the double crochet, just and you can go as long as you want, short as you want. I think at least do 3 to 4 rows would be nice. For the collar, it doesn't matter too much, but I think that would be nice. I'll show you on the other one how much I did there. Probably could go another row, but I think it's not too bad. This one here, I did 3-4 rows, or 3 rows, and then I just did a 1 row at the top there, which was a double crochet row, just to give it a nice end finish. So 1, 2, 3, there you go, 4, and then just the double crochet, half double crochet row just at the end, just to finish it off. So I'm coming to this corner. I'll show you again how to do this corner. So stopping 2 before the corner, we're going to do 2 double crochets together, and then let it be 4 double crochet. So remember the corner here, come back to, and we're just doing pull through 2 into the next, pull through 2, skip that center one, go over to the other side, pull through 2, pull through 2 on the next stitch, and you should have 5 left on your hook. Pull through all 5, close it up, and then just continue on doing your double crochets all the way around. We don't need to do, we're just going to go to that point there. We're not going to go any further, okay, because that's the front. So just to that point there, and I'll join you for the next row. So I've just come to that corner before the front, and I just want to show you, want to do the same as what we did on the back. So I'm going to skip one, and into the next one I'm just going to do a slip stitch and chain 1, and then I'm going to, we can start to do the actual collar now, but that just brings it in. I'll just show you, that just brings it in nicely, so we can start the collar. So on the collar I'm just going to do double crochet rows now, and I'm going to go straight into that first one with a double crochet, and I'm going to go all the way around just with a double crochet. You can do little increases if you want on the back corners, it's up to you. I'm just going to keep going around, doesn't matter too much. You can do maybe 1 increase if you want to, but this is so soft, this material, it kind of falls over anyway, folds nicely. But I'll show you what I mean by doing an increase if you want to do an increase. So where we did that decrease there, you can do an increase if you like. So that's that back corner section there. We've got that one there. I'm just going to go straight into the middle, and we'll just pop 2 in there. That's your increase, that's enough I think. And then just follow it around to the next corner and just do 2 double crochet, sorry, in that one little decrease section that we had there. I'll show you. So you can see that little decrease section there on the corner. That's where we sort of gathered it in. So into there, just do 2 double crochets instead of 1, and that'll give you a little bit of an increase. And that's probably enough for this, I'd say, this pattern. And just see how it folds over if you want to do any more. So I'm just going to go to that other section there, that other little 4 double crochets together, and show you a little increase there. So I'll probably do about 4 rows of this double crochet. It's getting all tangled up. But just on this run we'll do an increase on that edge. So coming to there now, you can see that 4 together just in the middle there. Just do 2 double crochet into the same space, and then just keep working around, just all double crochet. Okay, and this is the collar. It's quite cute, and it's not very big, so it won't take too long. But when you get to the end, you just basically turn your work, and I'll show you. You don't go any further than this point here. You don't want to go onto the front. The front actually folds over, so just go to that one right there, right on the corner, and then do 2 chain, turn your work. And work back the other way, and then that'll just fold over nicely. So you can see it folds over. So do another, I'd say 3 rows of the double crochet, then we'll do a half double crochet and we'll be finished with the collar. So do another 2 rows and I'll show you the last row. Just make sure when you do turn your work that you go into that first stitch, and that will give the collar a nice shape. Alright, just double crochet. Right into the first one. Just coming to the end of the 4th row of the double crochet on the collar. Just wanted to show you, make sure you get right in that end. And this last row, just do 1 chain. Last row is going to be a half double crochet, just to clean it up, make it nice and neat, but it will sit down. I mean, you can go for longer if you want. I think that's quite long enough to sit over, and that could look quite nice. So it's this last row, I'm going to do the half double crochet row, and then we'll start on a sleeve. So again, into the first stitch we do a half double. So yarn over, pull through 3, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 3. Every single stitch is just a half double now, and then you can cut your yarn at the end of this and we'll start looking at a sleeve on the next. But we're getting there. I hope you're enjoying this project, and I've made a couple of dresses now. I want to make some more dresses and maybe another little top So stay tuned for those. They're going to be really cute. I'll try to use cotton where I can. At this row, just on the last one on your collar, just to give it neat in the edge, just a half double. So into the stitch, pull through 3. And then you can fasten off at the end. I'll show you. Just speed this up. And I will join you just at the end here. Just at the end I'll show you. Alright, so I've just come to the end now of the collar. Make sure she's nice and straight. Just one more double in there. And then I'm just going to cut my yarn. And just make sure that you thread this in through the work, because you can see it on both sides basically, so just make sure you yarn that in. Alright, so the next step we're going to do before I finish off the body of this little jacket cardi is, let's see how that sits. So that should sit, just fold it, should sit nicely like that, and then that folds over there. And the same with this side here. See how that folds nicely over there now. I think that's quite enough. You can go longer if you want. I think that's enough though for this, and that will fold out. I'll continue the body on, but I just wanted to show you an arm so you can get going on an arm next. So I'm going to show you how to do the sleeve now that I'm going to finish off the body of the work, and we'll do this last little bit on the edge here with the actual little ties. So to start your sleeve, make sure you've got the right side facing you, the outside, and come underneath the armpit here. You'll see there's a little bit of a gathered section here, so I would just do a slip stitch under there, say 2 chain right under there to get started, and then just work your way. You can take your tail with you if you want to. Just work your way around these double crochets. We're not increasing or decreasing, we're just going to keep it exactly the same, but just make sure you're on the right side is the main thing. So I'm going to do just double crochets up and around, and just keep working in the round. We'll do 2 chain to start with every time, and we'll slip stitch and then just keep going around underneath the armpits so you can't see any line or anything like that. It'll be really good. So take your tail if you want to, or tie a knot in your tail first if you want. It's up to you. We can always feed that piece back, that'll lock it in place. So it shouldn't take you too long, but I'd suggest that you do as many rows as you want for the length. This for a 6-month-old is probably about 17 centimeters, but I'm going to do a 3/4, so probably about 14 centimeters is all I'll do. But I'll measure the other one and do the same. I think it's about 7 rows of the double crochet I need to complete before I move into doing the little scalloped edge. So just work your way around the sleeve. I'll show you when we get to the other side, underneath the armpit. So it's just underneath there. So keep going under there. Just watch you don't miss any stitches. If you've got chain, a bit more space under there, just make sure you put enough into each section so it doesn't look gappy. But I'm coming back under now, and you can see there's a bit of a chain space there. You can do 1 or 2 under there. It will come together, so don't stress too much. Just fill the spaces. And I'll do 1 more right in there. Just 1 more into there. And then I'm going to do a slip stitch into the top of that chain, right into there, and then we'll start another row, do 2 chain and just begin the next row. Keep working around the same direction because we're working on the outside of the garment. So I'm going to keep going until I get a number of rows. Just keep doing exactly what I did on this row for the next. If you're only doing a little sleeve, stop where you feel comfortable and then join me for the last row, which is the scalloped edge. But so you know, that's what I've got as a 3/4. You can go shorter if you want to, but I'm working it out from here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's about 8 rows before I do the scallop. So I'll do 7 rows and I'll meet back with you to have a look at where we're at and do some measurements and see if we've done enough to just do the last row. Just double crochet into every stitch now, and remember to join underneath the armpit, slip stitch and then 2 chain and keep going. Just watch when you do your 2 chain that it's not too gappy. If it's gappy, make sure you go into the same space with the double crochet as the chain. If it looks okay, just keep going. That looks fine. So I'm going to keep going until I've done at least 7 rows, and then I'll join you for that last scalloped edge, and then we'll do the rest. And keep turning your work just into each stitch now. Okay, take your time. Keep the tension off your ball. So far this has taken probably a ball of yarn, maybe a ball and a half, 2 balls maximum. So just make sure you have enough before you start your project. And just watch you don't get him catches it. This one catches a little bit, this yarn. So just take your time. Move your work around. Alright, I'm going to do the 7 and I'll join you for the last little scallop edge. I'll just show you that under the arm again. Just under the arm, just have a look at what you're doing there. Make sure you don't go into that last one, that's part of the chain. Pop it into there, 2, and go again. Just keep working around. I'll speed this up off camera and I'll join you for the last little edge there. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, it's looking good. Pretty. And it's nice just to keep it simple, I think, on the sleeves. You don't get little fingers caught up in these holes. Alright, I'll see you shortly. I've just completed my 8th row on the sleeve. I'm going to do a slip stitch and just 1 single crochet. This last little row I'm going to show you is the little sort of shell scalloped edge that I'm going to do. I'm just doing a 3/4 sleeve on this one. So to do that, all I do is go 1 and into the next one, skip a space into the next one and do a double crochet 3 times into the same space, and then skip a stitch and do a single crochet into, skip a stitch into the next, do your 3 double crochet. It's like a little shell, And that's all we're going to do around the edge here just to finish it off. I think that's enough. Single crochet and then 3 doubles, skip a stitch, 3 doubles into the same space. Skip 1 into the next, just do a single, skip 1 into the next, do 3 doubles. Just move your work around. It just gives it a nice little edge. You can do more if you want to. You can like do 5 or 6 in the one space. That'll give you a nice little ruffle. I'm just keeping it fairly simple. 1, 2. 1, 2. It depends how much yarn you've got to play with as well. So that's the end of the sleeve, and we're just going to do a slip stitch to fasten off. The next step I want to show you is how to do the edging around the front of the cardigan, up the center basically. We'll probably look at doing double crochet, and I'll show you how to do the little ties for these ones. You can do buttons if you want to. I'm just going to do little ties because it's for a young baby. I don't want any buttons, especially if they, could be a choking hazard, that sort of thing. So I want to stay away from that. So, and I've come around and I've got this little one here. So I'm just going to do a slip stitch into there just to complete this, and then I can actually fasten this off, and as you can see, it's a really cute, just a cute little sort of ruffled edge. Again, if you want to add more, you can make it a lot more ruffled. I'm just keeping it fairly simple. So I'm going to cut my yarn here, and then I'll show you how to do the section up the middle here. So I've got a nice little double crochet row there, but I just want to clean up this edge, and I'll show you how to do that. Clean this edge up on both sides, and then we'll do the little ties to go on here. Probably be 1, 2 and 3 is probably all I need for this one. All right, I'll see you in a sec. I've just come around the bottom here. I've done my last row. I'm happy with the length of this little cardigan now. You just go to the length that you want. Just make sure you measure your child again. You can pop it on even if you like, just to check the measurements. Make sure you've got the length that you want. And now I'm going to go back up along this edge here just to neaten this edge up, and I'll do the same thing on the other side, and it'll just bring the cardigan together a little bit. As you can see, there's a bit of a gap there, so we want to close that gap. So the way we do that is we'll do the double crochet. We'll do a double crochet row on each side, and that will bring that together, and then we can just do the tiny little the little bows here, and that's just a matter of joining some chain. So I'll do about 25 chain, and then I'll do a slip stitch on one side, say the right or the left, pick whichever side, and then we just thread it through the other side and just do a little tie. And you can do 3 of these, 4 of these, however many you want. It's completely up to you. So to finish this off, I'm just going to come around the side. I've got the last one done on the bottom row there, and now I'm just going to go around the side. So I'm going to, in the same stitch, do another 3 to 4. So we just want it to turn around the corner. I think 3 is enough. As you can see there, it just goes around the corner, gives it a nice edge. Now working back up here, you can see you've got roughly 2 in each one. So just position, you want to space this out nicely, just double crochets all the way up. I would go into anything that has like a little tiny space, not the really big spaces if you can avoid. You can go through here, or you can go through the stitches if you want to. It's up to you. Just have a look at it and pop your hook in. If it looks spacey, then just do another one in there, like gappy. Just do another one in there. That looks a little bit gappy to me, so I might just pop another one, say, in there. Just to, you just want to fill the space without overcrowding it. I think 2's enough. You'll get a feel for it. It's usually 2 in the puff stitch row, and then just 1 there and 1 there. But just have a look as you go along. If it gets too many, just cut it back. But I think 2 in the little puff stitch row is good, and then 1 in there and 1 more next to it, just up in there, is enough, and into there and up in there. And we're just going to go all the way up to the top. I'll show you where we're going to stop, and then you could probably fasten off and start on the other side. We'll just take it up into there. We're really only going to go up as far as this top point here. We don't need to go any further. That's the collar there, and that's the top point just to there. So that's as far as I'm going to go, and I'll have a look at it. We might even just do into here, maybe do 2 to go around the corner, we'll see, just to sort of balance that top row. Have a look at it once we get close to it. We can have a bit of a play, see what looks best. So just space it out all the way up and keep checking your work. See if there's too many. If there's not, put another one in. There's no rocket, it's not rocket science, this one. So have a look. If it's sitting nicely like that, it's beautiful. If it's too gappy, put more in. If it's too bunched up, take a few out. Just try to space them nicely. So probably in there, and in there. Less is more, they say. Into there, to there. And we'll have a look at this top corner. I'll do a couple of different ways and we'll just see what looks better, because it is to be folded out normally, or you can actually have it so that it's closed up the top as well. Just depends what you want to do. If you want to put a couple of another little chain up the top, you can. If you want to close it up the top, just depends where you are and you know how warm you want to keep Bubby. So let's go in there. That looks like I've caught something there, so just undo it, because this is on the front. You don't want it to look untidy on the front there. To there, one more in there, I think. Into there and into there. Nearly up the top. One more. Just gives it a nice edge. You can do half double crochet, single crochet, completely up to you how thick you want the border. That might be too gappy there. That's okay. Nearly up the top here, so we'll just try this. into that one there, probably just there. We'll just do say 2, and then just slip stitch it to there. We'll just have a look at that. That doesn't look too bad actually. The only other way I was thinking was to take it, do a couple up the top and then just slip stitch it there, but I think that looks neater. And then you can just pop it through here and trim your work. I think that kind of blends in nicely. And we'll do a magic, an invisible stitch there just to close that off. I think that looks quite good. It's quite neat. So let's trim that off. Pull that through and we'll just do the little magic, invisible join. I keep saying magic, sorry. So go through, pull it back through. Oops, try to use the right end. Pull back through, just to the back there. And you want to tuck this in as much as you can. So I'd go through that one there. Use a smaller hook if you need to, if it doesn't go through. Just move it into there. Pull it back through. That's the back loop only. Pull that through. And that will make a reasonably good invisible join there. Alright. Okay, and then we'll just darn this piece in. And that's one side done. It's pretty neat. And then we'll do the other side. So just grab your yarn again. And we will start on the other side. We want to face outwards, so we'll turn our work around. So we keep the yarn facing on the outside. So we have 2 here, just checking that. We want to try to simulate the same as the other side. So I think I would do 1, 2, 1 more in. I think I might just, let's have a think about this one. Maybe slip stitch it into the top there, just so that it's the same. Just a little slip stitch in there, because I just want to keep it the same. Okay, just right on the top. I just want to bring that through and do 1 more in there, and that just gives you like your 3 up the top there. And it kind of keeps it together. And then we come back down around this side with your doubles all the way down. And just watch your spacing again. The reason I'm going down is I want to have it facing the outside. The stitches that I'm doing, I want them to be on the right side, so that's why I'm going back down this way, and that's why I did that quick little stitch up there. You could probably do it a better way, maybe join up the top and then go in doing your doubles. It's completely up to you, just have a play with it till you get it looking neat. So I'm just going to go down this side, and then I'm just going to fasten off my work, and we have then completed the main body of this cardigan. And I'll show you how to do the little bows to join it all together on the last little bit of this tutorial. You just keep looking at your work. If it looks like you put too many, take one out. If it doesn't look like enough, put one in. Just have a look at it as you go. and just watch your placement too. So that's not too bad. That's pretty good. It's a bit gappy there. Just put another one in there. And into there. And there. There. All the way down to the bottom now on this one. And we'll try to do the same again around the corner. We'll do 2 and then join it at the top so we get a rounded corner. But into there. Okay. Oh. Nearly there. Oh, thumbs today. Do you have those days where you just fingers don't want to play? I think I'm having that today. 1, 2. Again. Just keep an eye on your placement. Make sure it's not getting too much. There we go, in there. So then just have a look at this end bit here. I think I'll go into there because this is kind of that last one, and do one there and one more into the same spot, and then slip stitch it just up into here. See if I can get away with that. That looks pretty good. And maybe another one. Take it away from the corner, and I'm going to trim my work. Trim it, and then I want to do a invisible join just here. Just pop that through, and then pop it back through there. And again, that looks pretty good. Just darn your yarn end there in, and then we have a nice little jacket. And the last thing that we need to do is just our little ties now. So remember to darn all your bits in. Just double check on that top one. If it doesn't look quite right, just try a different sort of style edge there. I might have another look at that. But for this next part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, count down 3 baubles, or 3 of the puff stitch rows, and do my first tie. So 1, 2, 3, the first tie I'll pop in there, then I'll go down again, skip one into the next, do another one down there, so skip one into the next, do another little tie there, just there would be good, and then we're going to do another one, 1, 2, just another little tie down into there, and I think that'll be enough for this little jacket. Okay, so once you've darned all your ends in, we're just going to do the last little bit now, and it's just chain. That's all it is. You can do a different style of drawstring if you like. I'm just going to do a chain. So I just do a quick slip knot to start with and do 25, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I think 25 is enough of a length to tie. So then I just go into, just pick a spot down 1, 2, 3, the third bauble area, just pick a spot in there and do a slip stitch around, and then do another 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and then just cut it and do the same 2 more times. Pull it through and do it again 2 more times down here onto your stitch markers down there, and it is done. So then this won't ever come off. All you have to do is you feed it through. You've got 1, 2, 3, just feed it through roughly in the middle there. You can go in the middle or you can go through the stitch, completely up to you. Just pop that through and pop it through, and then just give it a little tie and it's done. I think that's enough. You can make it a bit longer if you want to. If it's not long enough for you, make it longer, but just make sure you trim your ends to where you want them. Just about 1 centimetre down's enough, I think. And that's your first little tie, and we'll do the same again. So just do 25 chain to start with. So slip stitch, 25 chain, 1, 2, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. Take your stitch marker out and make sure you do them all on the same side. I'm just doing it on this side, so straight where the bauble is there. You can go in here or you can go into the stitch. I've just been going in between the stitches. Do a slip stitch all the way around and 25. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 25, cut it again, pull through, and then just make sure you trim it to where you're happy. About 1 centimetre is enough, I think. On each side, pull it tight. Centimetres enough, and then just pop it through. So check where you want 1, 2, and then just pop it in. You can pop it in there or you can pop it in there, completely up to you. Whatever's easier. If you don't have a hook, you probably find to just pop it in between the double crochet rows. Alright, and then just one more and we are done. Whoop. (15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 is heaps into where you've got your little stitch marker. Pop it through pretty much central, I think is a good spot. Let's go in there and do your slip stitch, that's locking it in place, and then keep going with 25. Oop. Let's get back into there. So 1, 2, go through there. That's always the last one, isn't it? And 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. 25, cut your yarn, and there you have one really cute little girl's cardigan. It's got multiple colours on it, so it can be for a boy as well. There's blues and yellows, all sorts of colours in there, so it's kind of a mixed bag. I'm just going to see if I can pop it through without the hook, so you can go in, I'd go into 1, 2 down to there. I'll probably pop it in there, just use your fingers if you want. You can actually put like little ends on these as well if it makes it easier for you. And then just tie a little bow. You can do double bows, knots if you need to. But that is one very cute little cardigan. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and subscribe, and I'll make a few more little baby things in the near future. Got some ideas, so please stick with me. I'll put another video on the end of this one, so check that one out. It's a little dress for a 6-month-old, and there is sizing there if you want to change it up to different ages. But just want to say thank you for joining me today, and I hope everything's going well with you. Have a fantastic rest of your day and stay safe until I see you on the next. Talk soon.